The Toronto Raptors have existed for 28 years. Throughout those years, 269 different players have played at least one game with the Raps. Now, amongst those 269 players, many studs have graced the court. So this one's gonna be tough, but here are my top 5 greatest Raptors players of all time.
Play clock at 5, score 4 goals, 3, a 2-home run and 1.
At number 5, I'm rolling with Chris Bosh. After a number of trash draft picks over the years, the Raptors scored big when they drafted Bosh 4th in 03. Chris averaged 20 points and 9 boards in 7 seasons in Toronto and became a fan favorite like that. He was a 5-time All-Star and made an All-NBA team in 07. Not to mention, he's the franchise leader in blocks and rebounds. Some notable plays from Bosh in a Raptors uniform. Remember when he stole the ball and then shot a 3/4 court length shot and it hit nothing but net? Or that one time he completely baptized elite shot blocker Theo Ratliff. Or that one time he put the hometown kid Jamal McGlure on a crazy poster, one for the ages. Now, although he didn't have much playoff success with the Raps, Bosh is still worthy at the number 5 spot. I'm rolling with DeMar DeRozan at number 4. DeMar played 9 seasons in Toronto. He's the franchise leader in points scored and games played. Let that sink in. The most games ever played, the most points ever scored, DeMar freaking DeRozan. DeMar was a 4-time All-Star with the Raps and averaged just under 20 points per game, which is kind of crazy because I would have thought he would average like maybe 24, 25 a game. By the way, he's also tied for the second best scoring game ever in Raptors history when he dropped 52 points on the Milwaukee Bucks, which is also a career high for him. Notable moments, I mean, where to begin? Just countless buzzer beaters, insane 360 layups, and crazy poster dunks in transition. DeMar, of course, had to be on this list. At the number 3 spot, I got Kyle Lowry. When Kyle came to the team, he was already a 7-year NBA vet, but that's when he elevated his game to the next level. He spent 9 years in Toronto and is the franchise leader in multiple categories, including steals and dimes. Not to mention, 6-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA team member, and led the Raptors to their first and only title. Plus 17.5 points per game for his entire Raptors career, not too shabby. Toronto salutes you, Kyle. By the way, remember that half-court shot he hit against the Miami Heat in the playoffs to tie things up when he just flung it up there? But yeah, Kyle Lowry a shoo-in for the number 3 spot. This might rattle some feathers, but ready for this? I got Kawhi Leonard at the number 2 spot. Now, he only spent 1 year in Toronto, but oh, what a year it was. A championship, a finals MVP, an all-star. I dare you to find a more impressive 1 season spent with a team. I dare you. You're not gonna find it. You're just not. Now, everyone knows he hit one of the most clutch shots, not only in Raptors playoff history, but NBA playoff history. Doink, 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 doink. Cue up Joel Embiid crying. Yeah, friendliest roll of all time, but the shot went in. Kawhi also had the 3rd most points in a playoff run, only behind LeBron and MJ. How's that? Take that in. But yeah, to leave Kawhi off this list just because he played for the Raptors for 1 year, that's a joke. And my number 1 greatest Raptors player of all time has gotta be my man VC, Vince Carter. Now let's get one thing straight. I'm not from Toronto, I'm not from Canada, but I do know enough to know that Vince Carter put Toronto on the map. Let's start with he won the Rookie of the Year award in 98-99. He had hands down the most iconic dunk contest in dunk contest history, bar none. It's over, ladies and gentlemen, it is over! He was a 5-time All-Star and made 2 All-NBA teams in Toronto. Vince also averaged 23 points per game as a Raptor, the most in team history. And if that's not enough, he also has the highest scoring game in a playoff game in Raptors history as well. Then in Game 7, he came about 6 inches away from sending the Raps to their first ever conference finals appearance. And of course, he's blessed us all with some of the greatest in-game dunks of all time, all while wearing a Raptors uni. So thank you, Vince. Now, I know some of you are gonna say, what about Pascal, and what about Fred VanVleet, and what about even Mighty Mouse? But you know what? This is my list. I can only think of 5, and these are my 5, so if you don't like it, deal with it in the comments. That's what the comments section is for. Or even if you agree with my top 5, maybe you have a different order. Let me know. Anyway, my name is Brad Parker, and that's my top 5.